Alright guys, so before we get into today's video, I just want to say that we got a light sponsor. It is Auxito, and I just want to thank all of you guys for your support because this wouldn't have happened without you guys. I will be making a video with their product in the near future. I will put the link in the description below. Use my code FastestPrius and you'll get 15% off their LED products. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Welcome back. So today's video, we are going to be torching the daylights out of this Hinge. Trusty little torch down there. Gonna free that so that I can put it back and get the hydraulics on the trunk working. So as you guys can see here, I finally have some movement, but this thing is still pretty sticky. So there's still some more room to go. What I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna let it soak. So you can see that we have some movement now, which is a huge improvement, but it's still sticky. So I need to let it soak again. And then we're gonna come back with my favorite toy here, get back to it. It's gonna be way better to get it fixed and still have the OEM hinge in there than it is to run a S430 hinge out of what appears to be a different generation. Alright, so as you guys can see, we got some fantastic movement on this hinge now. So all I'm going to be doing here, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Just get all of this WD-40 off because, I mean, there was a ton. I've left this thing soaking for so long just to get to this point. So I'm just going to make sure I clean it up a little bit. It's not going to look all that great because paint and torch don't usually get along very well. But this is cleaning up pretty decent. So I'm just gonna be putting the rubber seal back on here and throwing this back in the trunk, and then we'll have a functioning hydraulic trunk again. So that's pretty exciting to me. But yeah, I mean, that is looking super good now. Super good, and it moves super easy. I mean, I'm putting like no effort into this, so I'm pretty stoked on that. You know what, there is one thing I forgot to mention about this hinge. This little pin had popped out. This guy is supposed to sit inside of here. So I do need to tap this back down in, because when it's lined up properly, it doesn't want to sit all the way flush. So you can see right there. Still got some room, so I'm just gonna tap that back in and we'll be good to go. So before we can start taking this off, we need to get to this 10 right here. Just take that off because this connects all the way over to this little arm right here. This moves the gear that sits back there and also connects to the whole bracket that these nuts are screwed to. So once we get that out, then this will be super easy to take off, and then the hardest part's just going to be getting the panel gaps adjusted to a proper spec. Got the trusty electric ratchet out here. If you don't own one, what are you doing? This makes your life so much better. Just gonna zap that sucker off. See, this is why you work with two hands. This is why I don't film myself working very much, because that 10 just dropped right next to the battery there. But now with that off, this is going to be so much easier. I'm just going to pop off this hydraulic shock here and pull these out. So really quickly, for anyone that has one of these, typically it's going to want to sit at a bit of an angle, twisting inwards. All you have to do is just twist it a little bit outwards and then pop it straight out. And that's because this is just a little ball that sits right on that. So if you give it just a little twist so it comes straight out, it's super easy. You just pull it with 2 fingers and it'll pop off. Okay, bad news. I have everything pieced back together in here, but this press fit does not want to stay in no matter what. I've tried wrapping the thing in electrical tape, hammering it in. It keeps popping out when the trunk's closing. So I have been working in circles. I have a new hinge coming that's actually going to be the correct one this time. I figured I could use that one just as a temporary, but I do want a functioning hydraulic trunk, so that's not going to cut it. Yeah, so going to be putting a new one in as soon as possible. Next video is probably going to be on the Mustang because there is work that needs to get done on that, and I cannot throw money at both cars at the same time. So we will see what happens in the future, but for the time being, this is 2 steps forwards, 1 step back. Okay, you guys keep telling me to wash it, so here we go. So as you can see, we're looking a lot cleaner. There's just some little spots left, like you can see right there. These will come up, but I don't want to sit here and scrub the car. I would rather just wait for my license plates and then take it and wash it properly. This is just like a quick little hose off because it was filthy. So we are looking way better, but this still needs a better clean. I promise it's gonna happen. All right, so it's Sunday morning. I just want to give you guys a quick just briefing on why there wasn't much progress this video. I've had a lot going on outside of trying to work on the car, so I haven't been able to dedicate as much time to it as I would like to. Different things going on with the Mustang. I mean, I've got VCT solenoids I need to replace. I have ignition coils I need to replace because it's not quite running right, and that's my daily driver, so I do need to get that handled as quickly as possible. And as for the Brabus, I'm waiting on the sound system for it. I have LED lights coming from Auxito, so once those come in, I'm gonna have a video on that. I'm gonna be cleaning up the headlights and showing the installation process and all that, so I'll have something going there, but for the time being, I just haven't had as much time as I would like to dedicate towards that car. I do work, I do have a girlfriend, so I have other priorities. I'm gonna be trying to do better, but again, unfortunately I have a life outside of working on the car, so it's slow progress. But with that being said, I'm going to be getting more done. It's a slow moving process. I also still need to work on the quarter panel. I need to pull that out, and yeah, we'll go from there. So